Okay, stop again. So, again, we're gonna take a look at scenario of Daddy Server after the War of the Century. I think that's the third or the fourth episode. I know. However, here, let's see what happened. WLP was split into split was now called the Republic Union. It's gonna be with small republics. The Holy Empire also put in small republics, and there were some alliances formed. Also, Bokis acquired nuclear weapons. Now, today we're gonna see a war that can really impact the server. If the Holy Empire wins, it's game over for Moscow. If the others win, then I don't know. So this war is actually a proxy war. And a big proxy war. As I said, these two countries now are allies. Not good, bro. You have allies on the top of your border, and the Holy Empire now has troops all over its border, with its nuclear missiles obviously going this way and some onto LP. However, the problem is the troops on the borders. So the Holy Empire doesn't want to go to war. However, Oalo believes that it's about the Thunder Revolution. How has an animation puppet state? Oalo wants XP to be a puppet state also. Mostly Holy Empire ally. However, Val agrees, but friends in Typical believe that it's better for XP to be fully conquered and then let go as another base. And Mario's Mert base actually doesn't care anymore. Mario Mert is now left and Theobak is in charge. Theobak wants to take another approach, wants to take a more diplomatic approach. With all this alliance, Theobak wants to break the alliance. So Theobak is in its own. Now Oalo believes that Theobak is true, but this is the only way. After some arguments where Oalo went from her base to the Theobak base, Theobak agreed with Oalo and Chrysalis to make another puppet state. So also the parliament agrees that some parts of XP will get annexed, but also XP will be a puppet state. So everyone agrees on that. It's gonna be a war. No, it's gonna be a revolution actually. Val sends money to the revolution down there to the other Bokis lands. So what happens? Well, it's very simple actually. A dark red revolution comes out of this land and just wants to have it on its own. XP reacts, obviously, by having troops on its borders. And also, Bokias doesn't want to join since he knows that something is up. So the revolution actually equipped with the latest technologies, which are then going to be put back with various technologies, are sweeping through XP troops, gathering very much land on its own. So actually, how does it react? It calls up on WLP in order to send her money. Bokia agrees by sending some troops. Well, they're gonna form a line in the next. With strong WLP reinforcements also coming. So troops are actually going there and destroy large parts of the revolutionists. Now, these revolutionists are not any empirists. They're not holy empirists. They're communists. It's a communist / holy empire revolution. So they're getting more and more reliant until they're stopped. Now, WLP is also sending some forces. Well, these forces are just going to leave. However, as they are about to leave, they have a problem. The Holy Empire knows that. And ships are on the verge of attacking. And they've blocked WLP and they can't get through since if they want to go around, they're also met, apart from the Holy Empire Navy, also some Adonis ships. The Adonis Navy, which is composed of a lot of smaller vessels and submarines. So now what's gonna happen? Something very easy actually. XP doesn't wanna push. They think that this can be agreed. However, as everyone just sits around the corner and waiting, something really happening happens. From the Ohala part of the Whole Empire, shots are in the skies and missiles are on the X-Speed base. Now X-Speed does the wrong thing and declares war on the Holy Empire. That was the mistake that X-Speed did. So with a go, all the troops just go in and rush in and destroy the base. The whole base captured, and now Exped is on the verge of collapsing. Can't explain anything. No, they just form a line with the whole troops, just so they're ready. However, as the front breaks, Exped wants to establish the last front. This front is very difficult forget the word. Hatched. This front is very difficult to be stabilized since troops are on the verge of destroying. So Expert agrees on a peace treaty. It's not gonna be a good one, but let's see. Okay, so what happened with the peace treaty? Expert base got fully annexed by the whole empire, which was not part of the treaty, but Val just went in and annexed it fully. And now we have a new Expert slash Oralo puppet state there. Now, this puppet state is not like Antonio, which is a semi-puppet state. It's a puppet state on its own. They have their own economy and everything. The military is run by the Holy Empire. But Oalo, since Oalo played the major part in this war. Now, where were we? In Pukenwepi have the alliance. Now, Boyka doesn't have an alliance. However, Mathas wanted some troops from the Han Empire, and the Han Empire said no. So what happens? The Triangle Alliance is formed by the Matha and Boyka's base. Something similar to a Warriors Alliance, where they just want to be chill. Now, Velbach, without Val knowing, wants to recruit the others. So he goes and says that he has a square alliance. So everyone about Val doesn't want the alliance, neither Oalo. So the others do join the alliance, the other parts of the Empire, and also Vangelis. Now why Vangelis? Vangelis does have the whole Empire always on its back. However, there's three between two allies. And also the little island joins the Square Alliance and does have its navy mobilized. Why? Pretty straightforward. They don't want Will P here. They believe that. So, Antonio doesn't join the alliance and actually informs Hrisvalidios of what happened. Hrisvalidios actually doesn't believe that. He and Oalo actually said that they don't have to make an alliance. However, Theobald reassures Hrisvalidios that this alliance is secret. No one knows it. So, Val doesn't want to join. Antonio is like, no, there's no hell way I'm gonna join that. I don't want to be squashed. I don't want to be destroyed by another nation that has nuclear weapons. So Antonio Base is gonna make a circle alliance on its own. And actually, because it's an Antonio Base and wants to be more powerful, spits out two little republics. Actually, just spits out. As I said, spits out two little islands here as their own republics, just so it can have some members in the alliance. You know, they're like little republics. Now, this one, as I said, is part of the alliance, just so you know. And Israel is not happy with that. However, They can't say no, and he and Oalo joined the Square Alliance. And Val and the whole Empire as a whole becomes leader. Now, the Dark Grey base doesn't like Nawilpi. They think that Nawilpi is not good of what he did. So they join the Circle Alliance. And now what happens? Well, the Circle Alliance is friendly with the Square Alliance, but doesn't want to get involved in that type of conflict. So Antonio's not leaving the whole fleet there, but some of the fleet of Antonio is there present. Because they are putting train embargoes on European lands close to them. But that's good, It could be worse, I believe. So now, what happens? Something very easy, I guess. The Holy Empire, being a Holy Empire, doesn't like that Bocchus has its armies there. And they think that a war might be happening very soon, actually. So, Val tells the world that, Bocchia, you have to leave your armies have to leave there, or else you'll deal with the consequences. And the Grand Holy Empire army is there waiting. And also the other base, the X-Speed Puppet State, which is not Puppet State. They're not thinking about Puppet State, also has its armies ready. That's the point where Bocchia realized that. This place not like another base. It's a puppet state. Puppet state, where the whole empire controls. The whole empire, with help from Kimi, violates the treaty and also gathers more land. Now the whole empire is ready for a big encirclement. The Holy Navy sent down some Welsh bros are sent where they're blocking Bocchia's entrance down. So, Valley gives Mathad two options. Leave or deal with the consequences. And some key battleships of the Holy Navy are there waiting. Now, Welby sees this as a threat, and they believe that, that's not good. You have to be stopped now. You have to stop. That's irrelevant. You can just let them choose. Well, Val doesn't give a hell anymore. So we had technical problems. Anyways, as I said, Welby is not happy with it. He thinks that Val has to chill out. He's just being very strong. And Welby says that nuclear weapons will be used if Val doesn't stop. Val laughs and is like, you, nuclear weapons? I have 1,000 more. I can just destroy all base. I can just wipe you off the map. And Welby's like, oh yeah, you're true. And he just don't do it. We don't want to have another full-scale war. So Val agrees and doesn't go to Welby's orders. Now, Mathas says, you know what? No, we are leaving. We're leaving, we don't want to get destroyed. So Mathas leaves the Triangle Alliance. And Bocchia is not happy with that. So, what happens? Welby spits out another island. Now, this island's formed with Mathas base. But now this base does join the Triangle Alliance. It's not a Mathas base anymore. It's like a Bocchia's puppet state that joins the Triangle Alliance. Now Val is really pissed off. He believes that if something goes wrong, or Bocchia will be very strong, the whole empire won't be happy with it, or won't be happy that it might be destroyed, or the whole empire is gonna win. And everything's gonna be back to peace. However, problems arise. And something happens. There's a very big revolution. Not just like revolution. Actually, a revolution which no one saw. All over the base. Excuse me for that. All over the bases, revolutions happen. And they demand that these big bases all split up. So the Holy Empire is the most hard-hit revolution, and what happens is that on top, Oalo and Firenze have a communist revolution. So what happens? Well, the puppet state there down is destroyed. It's just wiped out of the map. And Holy Typical is the only one who was able to suppress the revolutions. Theobald was fully destroyed. Was just full of revolutions. Epoch also had some revolutions, and Vangelis did have a big revolution. Now Antonio was able to also eliminate the revolution because it was a small one. Only down in the islands there were revolutions. And in the Holy Empire revolutions were also all revolutions. And Boykes base obviously, but Boykes was able to suppress them, so that's not a problem. Now, what happens? We have a problem, a very big problem. The Castillo gathers all of them and said, like, you know what, Val, you have to get out. And the problem was not that Val or Boykes or ULP revolutions were wiped out because the war of the center was so destructive that only the typical part was able to actually live, and all the other Holy Empire was destroyed. So what happens? We're gonna see the new PC where all the new base are formed from. Well, I'm gonna follow them. Well, what happens? These islands down here are destroyed. All of them. They're out of the Holy. Well, all the navy. Val says that, you know what, guys. And Val says, you know what, guys. I give my heart to Typical. I'm leaving. I'm becoming now a leader. That server, and I'm telling you that, you know what? Something good will happen. That's what happens. All the navies here are just seasoned into the Holy Typical. Okay, and the name from Antonio. So now we have a problem. Wilby starts spitting out parts on its own. What do I mean by that? The revolutionists go away. And the alliances, well, there's still the Star Alliance and everything, they're just spit out. And WLP is mostly destroyed. Oops, problem with the Castillo. WLP is destroyed. So now, as I said, Val sees the controls and the Holy Empire as a whole, apart from Typical and Theobald, which Theobald now actually does have the revolution and completely destroyed the revolutionists. It's okay. However, as I said, the Holy Empire is completely not destroyed. The Israeli part is now completely destroyed. The Holy Lake is up. And as I said, Oalo and all the others are destroyed. So now it's time to see, after the treaty, what is really gonna happen. All this basically remains the same because they also fought and won to the revolutionists. So let's see the picture. I'm sorry, what happened actually? Okay, so what the hell just happened? All of you ask. So what happens? The Holy Empire was split. This lake was actually called the Holy Lake, but now it's also annexed again by Typical through peer pressure. Firenze base became a base on its own and an entity on its own. Expedite base and Oalo merged together as the Expedite and Oalo base. Boykes got some land that it had lost. Now, with Antonio down there, these islands that were the Holy Empire and Antonio and the White Island that annexed them formed the Island Alliance, which is the South Islands. It's a state. And also they want to conquer this island and the Antonio Island. They want to conquer this island and this island. Now, as I said, obviously that's the Antonio part. Okay, now these borders are just split now. All of these is a new Holy Empire, the Holy Typical Union, the Holy Theobald Typical Union. Now here we have other base split, like that's now the Wilby base. obviously, and that's the apopes. So now they just split the Huip and the ship partner apopes, sorry. And these are just now new nations. These are just new nations popping up from the remnants of others. These are not WLP like Republic. They're just nations that have popped up. So now it's the period of time where everyone's just destroyed. New bases are formed and everything's gonna crack. Now, we're gonna end this video with another revolution. This revolution's gonna be the most destroy in the world. It's a very simple revolution, just there, here, the good old typical. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. The new Holy Alliance actually has a big revolution. And whole typical can do no barks of the treaty. The treaty is very simple. The base alliance was just this part was out. No, after the treaty also this part was incorporated. So now what's that? That's a new base, obviously. And actually a communist base, which is something no one wanted. Now again. You don't know the USSR was really militarized in that server, and now typical having it at its worst means that the new holding power has to face challenges. Because these challenges are gonna prove now them wrong. The only nation that's now standing, somehow, I don't know how they're still standing. However, now with Val out of the game, it's the worst crisis of all. With Val out of the game, it's very difficult to handle the economics and everything. A new big communist base being at your borders and not having the Colpo at your own. And actually the border just stopping there. So now, Typico is not happy how he believes that this was orchestrated by Boykis because Boykis got some land. This was orchestrated by Boykis in order to destroy the whole holding empire. But no, this was not Boykis, it was just the people that wanted a better server, and actually a more independent one. The server where everyone is gonna be happy. Small base in other nations. Well, WLP was small. Yeah, now it became very small. And with all of the game involved, maybe not joining. I don't know, he may join, he may not. Hey, that's a whole destruction. So, hope you joined this video. This is now the new chapter, which would see how small nations will actually become stronger. See you. Bye.